Someone is finally shutting up Christy Noem, and thank God for that. The Trump administration isn't just at war with U.S. citizens right now. They're waging war against the very truth that the media is trying to report. And J.D. Vance, just today, had the audacity to blame the press for inciting violence and unrest. But let's face it, maybe the real issue is the untrained, unqualified, and out-of-control ICE agents. But here's the thing. Ari Melber just made it clear why we should all be grateful someone like him is calling out Christy Noem for the lie she continues to push. Let's break down why this is so important. Before we dive deeper, though, if you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're covering all the latest political developments, and subscribing ensures you don't miss a thing. Join the conversation and stay up to date with everything going on in the world of politics. Now, it's not just the media calling out Christy Noem. One of the most important denunciations of her actions came from Congressman Jared Moskowitz, who slammed her for caring more about her appearance than human lives. This is the same woman who, within minutes of a shooting, went on TV to call it domestic terrorism.
This is the person who within minutes of the shooting, went on TV and called it domestic terrorism. What is she, hiding her face like her ICE agents now? She can't show her face either? By the way, is this what the $800 billion went to? Every day we see her after there's some new tragedy in Homeland, she's wearing a different outfit with a different hat. I mean, come on, guys, she looks ridiculous. She's not just an embarrassment to the country. She's an embarrassment to you and the president. Okay, she deserves to be removed from her job by the president, and if not impeached, not just for her complete failures in Homeland, but her destruction of FEMA. She's not even running the department. You guys know this. You guys know she's not running Homeland. Your governors and you all, when you need your FEMA money, you don't call Noem, you call Corey. You know she's not running the place. She's a complete and utter embarrassment. By the way, every Homeland Secretary has come in front of this committee once a Congress. I'd like to know the date she's coming. When is she coming? When is she coming? By the way, do you know Pam Bondi has not come in front of this committee? Do you know she's the only secretary to not appear in front of a committee yet? When is she coming? What's the date on the calendar that she's coming? You know what? Let's make it easy. I want to make a motion to subpoena Pam Bondi.
Second.
To this committee.
Third, fourth, fifth.
How much are we going to...
The gentleman is not recognized for that motion. However, the chair will advise as to the Attorney General coming for, as they do routinely.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. But where is the Attorney General, the only secretary to not appear, okay, in front of a committee? The only one. We're into year 2 of this Congress, and we've not had the Attorney General in front of this committee. How much are we going to weaken Article 1 of the Constitution while you guys remain in power? I watch you twist yourself into pretzels trying to defend this, running away from previous statements, disagreeing with yourself, trying to defend the crap that's happening.
As the clip just showed, this isn't just about a failure to run the department. It's about how she's representing the administration. Christy Noem has become a complete embarrassment. And now, Congress is finally starting to demand answers. When is she coming in front of Congress? When is she going to be held accountable for her actions? We're hearing more from Congress about the failures in Homeland Security. And this frustration is boiling over. Congress is pushing for impeachment or removal, but will that happen? Congressman Moskowitz is now publicly questioning why Christy Noem hasn't even shown up to answer for her failures.
My Republican colleagues are going to do nothing right now. You better believe that accountability is coming. Here's what it looks like. The masks are coming off. Identification is coming out. Immunity is going to be stripped. And to Christy Noem, Tom Cashbag Homan, and Greg Bovino, your asses are going to be in these witness chairs.
With all this pressure mounting, one has to wonder, Why is the Trump administration protecting people like Noem and others in power who are failing the American public? Let's dig into what happens next. We're now witnessing accountability beginning to take shape, but it's not just the media that's pushing back. The Democrats in Congress are also beginning to take real action, moving forward with articles of impeachment against Christy Noem for her failures and for being a puppet of the Trump administration.
Wells has been in charge of Minnesota. We have seen homicides go up by over 50%. That's also during Mayor Fry's tenure as well. Since President Trump took office, Governor Walz has released over 470 violent criminals back onto the streets here in Minneapolis.
We've been listening to Secretary Christy Noem give that briefing there, her first formal briefing devoted to this. She made several assertions there, including saying that a mob was blocking the officers in and that they view this as an effort to weaponize and run over the officer. The video, which we played several times tonight, does not show the car going at the officer, but rather making the turn to the right. She said they view this as an attempt to kill or cause bodily harm. That's the very legal standard I mentioned earlier, which is the only legal justification for using that kind of force. The ICE agent shot this individual in the face, killing her, and then she discussed how they view this as domestic terror attacks. There is a wide gap between the available evidence and what local officials are saying, including one we heard tonight, and Christy Noem's claims on behalf of the Trump administration. We will monitor the rest of that press conference if there is news. She shifted from details today, which we did broadcast, to a wider set of policy arguments, including their disagreements with local officials in Minnesota regarding immigration.
The real question now is, how far will this administration go in protecting Noem and others in power who are failing? Let's see how this political saga continues to unfold. The focus on accountability is shifting now to ICE, the agency that's been operating outside its mandate. Why is ICE detaining innocent people when their sole purpose was to go after actual criminals? It's time to rethink the entire system.
ICE spending resources to detain a DACA recipient on Christmas Eve. They claim they are going after, quote, real criminals, and that too is a lie. Just days ago, ICE agents detained 2 day laborers outside a Home Depot in Phoenix, briefly detaining a U.S. citizen in the process. These people are not criminals. This isn't law enforcement. This is a federal agency operating outside of its mandate, using fear as a tactic to spread fear and chaos in our neighborhoods. And it's no coincidence because Stephen Miller is rapidly hiring tens of thousands of new ICE agents. Many are poorly trained. Many have troubling backgrounds, all to meet this reckless mass deportation agenda that he has set out. We've been sounding the alarm for well over a year, and now the worst has happened. An American woman has died. That is why I'm introducing legislation to rein in ICE, demand transparency, and stop the unchecked funding that enables these abuses. I'm also joining as an original co-sponsor in an effort led by my colleague, Congresswoman Robin Kelly, to introduce articles of impeachment against Christy Noem, the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. I urge my colleagues, Democrats and Republicans alike, to join us. A woman has been murdered. Silence is no longer neutrality, it is complicity. We must rein in ICE, we must demand accountability, and we must protect our communities from this abuse of power. Thank you, and I yield back.
These ICE abuses are just part of the larger picture of an administration that thrives on chaos and intimidation. The goal is clear: keep the public scared, while pushing a reckless agenda that serves only those at the top. But with more accountability coming from Congress, this fight is far from over. If you believe in accountability and want to see real change, hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's keep fighting for what's right.